lawsuit against the Department of Justice, alleging gender discrimination in FBI Academy training programs. You, of course, know this. The lawsuit accuses the FBI of intentionally allowing a good old boy network to flourish at the FBI Academy, which has directly led to subjective training standards by which female trainees are dismissed at a higher rate than their male counterparts. Is this true? What has been done to improve hiring and recruitment of female agencies? And has the FBI reviewed its Academy's training program?
So, Senator, because the matter that you referred to is in pending litigation, I'm not going to be able to comment directly on the litigation itself. But what I will tell you is that we are firmly committed to diversity as a core value, both gender diversity and other kinds of diversity. And I will also tell you that we are making, in my view, significant strides to improve the diversity of our workforce. In fact,
could you be specific? That would be helpful.
Sure. The last few basic field training courses, our BFTC, which is our new agent classes, have significantly higher female representation than our current agent workforce. In fact, we have gender diversity recruiting targets for every field office that are pretty aggressive, and the recent classes exceed or are about on par with those targets. So I think we're making a lot of progress. We want to make sure it's done in the right way. I'm sorry?
Right. Could we receive some of that information in writing?
Sure, we'd be happy to see what we can provide.
Said it in general, but I'd be interested in some of the specifics. Former mayor went through some of the same issues with police department.
Well, it's something that I think is extremely important to our work at the FBI. I think diversity, for me, is about our ability to make better decisions. I think we're all more effective when we have a variety of viewpoints. I think it's important to our credibility with the public, and I think it's important as a matter of respect.
Has the FBI reviewed its Academy's training programs?
We are taking a look at how things are working down at the Academy.
Have you made any changes?
I'm not sure I have any changes I can describe right now, but maybe we could get back to your office with a little more information about that.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you would get back to us with any training programs that assure equal treatment of female candidates and strategies to improve recruitment. I went through this as mayor of San Francisco, and I know it's painful, but I also know it's right. So I'd appreciate knowing what's happening. According to Special Counsel Mueller's report, the FBI embedded personnel with Mueller's team, whose purpose, and this is a quote, was to review the results of the investigation and to send in writing summaries of foreign intelligence and counterintelligence information to FBI headquarters and FBI field offices, end quote. The Mueller report says that these summaries contain information that's not included in the Mueller report itself. Have you reviewed these summaries and information?
Well, Senator, I want to be careful not to be discussing the special counsel's report, especially when the special counsel himself is going to be testifying at length tomorrow. But
my understanding is they're outside of the report per se.
What I would say is that as the report itself describes or explains, there have been a number of referrals that have been made to the FBI, but beyond that, I really don't feel comfortable commenting at this point.
Have you seen any summaries of information?
I have seen information that's come out of the special counsel's report. I'll just leave it at that. On a variety of issues.
Well, Congress hasn't seen them, have they? Have we?
I don't know for sure, Senator, exactly what different members of Congress have seen relative to this subject.
Well, would you make them available to Congress?
I'd be happy to talk with our folks. I know we're having engagement with both of the intelligence committees, and I can see where things stand in terms of information sharing that may be relevant to this topic.
I would make that request.
Okay.
The Mueller investigation confirmed that Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign manager, spent several years working for Oleg Deripaska, a Russian oligarch, quote, who was closely aligned by Vladimir Putin. That's in the Mueller report. And Mueller uncovered that during the presidential campaign, Manafort provided Deripaska, quote, private briefings, end quote. Manafort also funneled internal campaign strategy, polling, and messaging for the battleground states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota to Deripaska. That's volume 1 of the Mueller report. Finally, we know Manafort told Special Counsel Mueller that, quote, if Trump won, Deripaska would want to use Manafort to advance whatever interests Deripaska had in the United States and elsewhere. Question, did the FBI assess the impact of Manafort providing this specific and significant campaign information to Russian intelligence?
Well, Senator, there was an
Yes.
awful amount of work done by a huge team of professionals that resulted in a 450-something page report, and I really want to be careful not to be trying to add my own gloss or layering on top of that, especially with Special Counsel Mueller testifying tomorrow. So I'm going to leave it at that for now.
All right, and I would ask for a confidential briefing then on this subject. And you can say yes or no, but I will request it. Did the FBI determine whether any of this information ended up in the hands of the IRA?
There's really nothing I can say on that subject here, Senator.
Okay. All right. My time is almost up. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Senator Lee.